You have everything you need to create an extraordinary life. It is all inside of you. And we came here forgetting who we authentically are. We don't remember upon our birth here in this lifetime what we came here to do. We don't remember our true gifts and our abilities. We don't remember what we're bringing over from all of our past lifetimes. Our slate is just wiped clean, and we forget that we are creators. We are builders, and we're here to build our own destiny. In this video, we're going to explore how our ability to co-create our life is like building a house, and why our house needs a solid foundation. Hello, my beautiful friends. My name is Carrie Cox, and I help people return to their personal power, let go of illusions, remember their soul plan, and change their vibration. Life is like building a house. It's alchemy. And alchemy is when you turn lead into gold. And in life, we all have the potential to turn lead into gold. We have the potential to turn ideas into products and services, to turn blank canvas into art. And when we're building a house, we need a solid foundation for that house to sit on. If not, eventually, the house collapses. So where does our foundation come from? Well, if we're born with a clean slate and we have zero programs, it's in those first 7 years of our life that we are building our foundation. And this is why we are all so different, because each of us has built a different foundation. Our foundation is built from watching and observing our caregivers, our parents, TV, our teachers, society. So pretty much our foundation gets built for us. So if we have healthy people building our foundation, then our house is secure and stable. It's solid. But most of us don't have a solid foundation. If we took some time and we really looked at our foundation, we would find cracks. We would find cracks and holes. And you'll come to find out that your foundation is pretty shaky. It has wounds. And the biggest crack in our foundation is that we don't feel like we are enough. Your relationships, your work, and your being are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Have these materials built a solid foundation for you? Are they true to your own core beliefs? Or do they belong to someone else? Do they belong to society? Because that's programming. And when we have a spiritual awakening, we start going within ourselves and we start going on a self-healing and self-discovery journey. So we can look at those cracks in our foundation and we can fix them. We can heal the blocks that are within us. We can heal those old wounds and those old stories. And we get to create new ones. Just like you can tear down an old house and rebuild its walls once you fix the foundation. We can reprogram our mind and find out what we truly believe in. The materials to build our house, those values, those ethics, those morals, those are our materials for this new house. And we can get new materials and we can fill those cracks with these new beliefs, with these new values. So we must do everything we can to heal the belief that we are not good enough, that we are not worthy. This is the key to your alchemy. You must feel good enough to create, to manifest, and to build that new house. The next part of our house is our building blocks. We need materials to build the walls of the house once we fix that foundation. The blocks that we're going to use to build these walls are going to be our intentions. And in order to lay those blocks down, we have to follow some sort of blueprint. We need to draw a plan up. We can't just build a house without some sort of plan. So the plan is to get clear about what your intentions are so that you can follow that plan when you start to build with your building blocks. And you can do this in your mind with visualization. You can write out your plan on paper. You could create a vision board. Whatever feels right for you or resonates for you to get some sort of plan down on what your intentions are that you want to build. what are you trying to manifest? Because the completed house is the product of your manifestation. And in order for this manifestation to appear the way we want it to appear, then we have to first heal that foundation, which is not being good enough, and then create a plan and set our intentions. Remember, we are manifesting through our thoughts and our beliefs. So we want to be manifesting positive things into our life. And we don't want to be bringing negative manifestations to fruition. And this is what happens when we're not aware of how powerful our own thoughts and ideas and our own creations are. So we have to go back and we have to look at our building blocks and figure out what are the bad building blocks that we want to get rid of, because we don't want those to come to fruition. We have to remove the broken ones, the rotten ones, the toxic ones, and we remove them by letting go. And when we let go of these negative beliefs that we have about ourselves or about other people, but usually for most of us it's the negative beliefs we have about ourselves, when we let go of those, our building blocks are stronger, and in turn our foundation becomes stronger. So what exactly are we removing? What do these toxic, rotten building blocks look like? Well, they're the stories that we've been telling ourselves probably most of our life. They're these beliefs that we're not good enough, those negative thoughts about ourselves. And in order to get real with ourselves, to really get honest with ourselves, we have to replace what's not solid. So you gotta look honestly at the things in your life that just aren't solid for you. You need to ask yourself some very hard questions that you might not want to know the answer to, or you may be resisting admitting the honest answer. And that resistance is a big sign or a clue for you that that's something you need to explore deeply, whether that's exploring in a meditation or using journaling to find out how you really feel about something. But you need to stop and ask yourself, do you dread going to work? Do you enjoy the work that you're doing? Do you feel supported in your relationships, in your romantic relationships, in your friendships, in your family relationships? Do you feel loved and supported? And most of all, it's really easy to ask yourself questions that we have a tendency to put blame on other people for. But when you really get honest with yourself, you ask yourself, do you trust yourself? Because if you don't trust yourself, you don't have a very solid foundation. So you need to let go of those things that don't support your vision, that don't support you manifesting the life that you really desire, a life that brings you joy and passion as well as peace. And when you can sit and do this and work on these things, in return, you will get a completed house that is symbolic of all of your manifestations that come to fruition. And when we have this well-built house, it becomes a tool for us to manifest through, to alchemize through, to change lead into gold. And it's because it helps us to create a sense of safety. And the safety allows us to open to the magic that's always been inside of us. We just couldn't see it. The cracks in the foundation wouldn't allow us to see the magic that was always there. It was magic that we came into this world with. And through opening that magic within us, it helps us to realize our own gifts and to see they were already inside of us this whole time. It opens opportunities for us to allow abundance to flow in, and the things that we need to help support our visions start showing up. Maybe they show up as a teacher or a muse or somebody you find on YouTube to follow, or opportunities, but they show up. And they show up because as we alchemize, we are raising our level of consciousness. And as we're raising our level of consciousness, our vibration is changing. And as our vibration changes, the only thing that can flow into us are things of the same high vibration. When we get rid of those lower negative vibrations within us, we get rid of those lower vibrational opportunities that show up, or challenges that show up, because they're not really opportunities. They show up more as challenges, But as your vibration raises, these challenges are no longer there, and it's replaced by opportunities. And this is how we create lasting transformation. This is what alchemy is. This is what turning lead into gold is. Thank you, my beautiful friends, for joining me here today, and so it is.